Hi, I'm Meng from Tokyo. In this video, I will share with you the top 9 new things to know before traveling to Japan.
We'll cover a few key Tokyo travel updates, including a taxi price hike, some attraction closures, and other quick tips to help you avoid surprises.
We also offer private tours in Tokyo, Osaka, and Kyoto, so feel free to contact us through the link below. Alright, then let's go.
Number 1. Tokyo taxi price hike. Tokyo taxi fares are expected to increase around spring 2026. The changes will apply to Tokyo's 23 wards and surrounding areas, including many of the city's major tourist zones. The key point isn't so much that the base fare will rise, but that the meter may add charges more quickly than before. The distance covered by the initial 500 yen fare will be shorter, and additional charges will be applied at shorter intervals. On top of that, time-based charges during slow traffic may also start sooner than they used to. This means that even for the same trip, fares could end up slightly higher, especially for medium to long rides or during traffic jams. If you're concerned about costs, ride-hailing apps that show estimated fares can be really helpful. And if you have lots of luggage or you're traveling with kids, arranging a car in advance is another option.
That said, Tokyo's train and subway network makes it easy to get around, so it's usually most cost-effective to use public transportation as your main option and take taxis only when needed.
Number 2. Busy season alert. February and March in Japan can be especially crowded. The first reason is that February often overlaps with the Chinese New Year period. Many countries and regions in Asia have long holidays around this time, which leads to a surge in international travel. As a result, more visitors come to Japan and crowds increase in major cities and popular tourist areas. The second reason is Japan's graduation travel season and spring break. In March, in particular, popular attractions like theme parks in Tokyo and Osaka tend to get very busy. Here are a few tips to keep in mind. First, expect longer travel times around airports and major train stations. Airports can be especially congested, so it's best not to schedule too much right after you arrive. Also, from February through March, reserved seats on the Shinkansen and limited express trains can sell out quickly, so booking in advance is recommended. Next, shopping areas and department stores can get crowded during the Chinese New Year season. In places like Asakusa, Ginza, and Shinjuku, you may see long lines or even entry restrictions at popular spots. Duty-free counters and checkout lines can also get backed up, leading to long waits. Restaurants can be crowded too. For popular places, especially casual and affordable spots, you may need a reservation or you could end up waiting much longer without one.
To make your trip more comfortable, it's a good idea to book and plan early for any places you definitely want to visit.
Number 3. Spring allergies alert. In Japan, many people start experiencing hay fever symptoms around February, and some estimates suggest it affects about 1 in 2 people. So it's not unusual for foreign tourists to develop hay fever-like symptoms during their trip as well. The main culprits are cedar and cypress pollen. Symptoms like sneezing, a runny nose, nasal congestion, and itchy eyes are most common from February through April. For spring 2026, pollen levels are expected to be around average in western Japan, while eastern and northern Japan may see higher than usual levels. As a general guide, cedar pollen season usually begins around February, and cypress pollen tends to peak from March to April. So what can you do? If your symptoms are mild, over-the-counter allergy medicine from a drugstore may be enough. Many drugstores have a pharmacist on staff, so it helps to explain what you're dealing with.
For example, I'd like something that won't make me sleepy, or my nose is really stuffed. Then they can recommend the right option for you.
Number 4. Cherry blossom forecast. Japan Weather has released its third spring cherry blossom forecast. Cherry blossom forecasts are updated periodically as spring approaches, incorporating the latest temperature data and other factors. In Japan, cherry blossom season typically runs from March to April, and it's famous for hanami, the tradition of enjoying food and time with family and friends while viewing the blossoms. These forecasts are based on the blooming of the most well-known variety of cherry blossom, Sommei Yoshino. In 2026, because temperatures are expected to be higher than average in early spring, blooming is forecast to be earlier than usual in northern and eastern Japan, while western Japan is expected to be around normal. For example, Tokyo is predicted to reach full bloom around late March, slightly earlier than average. Osaka is forecast for around April 1st and Kyoto around April 2nd.
Keep in mind that both bloom dates and full bloom dates can shift as we get closer, so we will share updates as soon as the latest forecast is released.
Number 5. Japan tourist price hikes. Popular tourist attractions in Japan are starting to revise or raise their admission fees. First, Kyoto's Ginkakuji Temple has announced plans to increase its adult admission fee from 500 yen to 1,000 yen starting April 1st, 2026. Ginkakuji is said to have originated as a mountain villa built by a shogun about 600 years ago, and it's especially known for its calm, beautiful gardens. Next, Himeji Castle, one of Japan's most famous castles, will also raise its fees. Himeji Castle is a rare site with an original main keep still standing, and its large scale and excellent preservation make it especially popular with overseas visitors. Starting March 1st, 2026, admission for people aged 18 and over will be 1,000 yen for Himeji City residents and 2,500 yen for non-residents. In other words, this price difference is based on residency, not specifically on nationality. And in a different way, museum and art gallery admission fees are also becoming a topic of discussion. Reports say there are calls to consider introducing dual pricing at national cultural facilities, meaning higher fees for foreign visitors. The idea is that multilingual services such as translated panels and audio guides cost money, and some argue those costs should be reflected in ticket prices. Government estimates suggest that if this were introduced, fees for foreign visitors could be around 2 to 3 times the standard rate. Number 6. New tourist banned area. Recently, as tourist numbers have increased in Japan, some places have changed their access rules. Not long ago, a particular alley in Kyoto's Gion district became a topic of discussion. On a private lane called Kosodekoji, nuisance behavior, such as tourists passing through and taking photos, reportedly became a problem. Signs were put up to prohibit through traffic, and it has been reported that violators may be charged 10,000 yen. New restrictions are also being introduced in other areas. At the Togakushi Shrine in Nagano, regulations have reportedly been tightened. As more visitors come in winter, nets have been installed along the approach to prevent entry into certain areas amid concerns about rule breaking, such as people entering places marked off limits. While many regions in Japan welcome tourists, some areas set clear boundaries to protect local residents' daily lives and the natural environment.
That's why checking signs and following local rules is becoming more important than ever when traveling in Japan.
Number 7. Tokyo attraction closures. Here, we'll cover 3 spots in Tokyo that have announced closures or transitions. While many new facilities have opened recently, unfortunately some places are reaching the end of their run. First up, Immersive Fort Tokyo in Odaiba. Built on the former Venus Fort site, this entertainment facility offered immersive experiences where visitors could step into stories. It has announced that it will close on February 28, 2026. Second, IKEA's Tokyo City Center stores. IKEA Harajuku and IKEA Shinjuku will close on February 8, 2026. However, the large IKEA Tachikawa store will remain open, and IKEA Shibuya is expected to become the main hub going forward. Closures and transitions like these can lead to that frustrating moment where you plan to visit, but it's already closed.
So, if there's a place you're interested in, it's a good idea to check the official website for the latest operating information before you go.
Number 8. Winter and spring events. From winter through spring, various events are held across Japan. First, in February, you can enjoy the famous Sapporo Snow Festival, a winter tradition. It features giant sculptures and illuminations made of snow and ice that beautifully decorate the city. Then, in March, the Tokyo Marathon 2026 takes place on March 1st. On that day, traffic restrictions will be in place along the course in central Tokyo. Not only will vehicle traffic be restricted, but pedestrian crossings may also be limited in some areas. Travel times tend to be longer than usual, so if you plan to sightsee in Tokyo that day, it's recommended to choose one area where you can enjoy multiple attractions rather than moving around frequently. Next, in Osaka, the March Grand Sumo Tournament, commonly known as the Osaka Tournament, will be held from March 8th to March 22nd. General ticket sales begin on February 7th, so if you're interested, checking early will give you the chance to watch sumo live. Number 9. Safety tips for winter. Here are 4 simple points to keep in mind to safely enjoy winter in Japan. First, infectious diseases like flu and coronavirus. Japan's winter air is extremely dry, so it's a prime season for colds and flu outbreaks. Wash your hands frequently, and if you're worried, wear a mask or use throat lozenges to protect your throat. Masks and throat lozenges are easily available at Daiso, a 100-yen shop chain. You can find Daiso in many shopping malls and station buildings nationwide, so keep an eye out for one. Second, slips and falls due to snow and icy roads. In Hokkaido and other snowy areas, roads and stairs can get extremely slippery. Choose shoes with good traction and walk slowly and carefully, especially on stairs and station platforms. Also, driving without snow tires is very dangerous, so if you plan to rent a car, make sure to check this in advance. Third, delays and cancellations in public transportation. Japanese trains are famous for their punctuality, but in winter, snow, strong winds, and icy roads can cause flights and trains to be delayed or cancelled. On top of that, outbreaks of flu or coronavirus can lead to driver shortages, which may result in bus and train service being suspended. Especially when you're traveling from Tokyo to other areas by Shinkansen or limited express trains, try not to pack your schedule too tightly. If you allow a little extra time, you'll feel much more relaxed. Fourth, be mindful of sudden temperature changes known as heat shock. In Japan, your room can be warm, but hallways or bathrooms can suddenly feel very cold. Most standard hotels have reliable heating and air conditioning, so it's usually not a big problem. However, in older ryokan inns or home-style accommodations, there can be big temperature differences between rooms. When taking a bath, don't jump straight into very hot water. Instead, slowly ease your body into the bath.
That's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. See you at the next video.